Hello and welcome to the Mirror Gaming playthrough. Me, Nathan Bliss. Welcome to my sim racing cave. I'm going to be playing F1 23's today, showing you the delights of the new game. It came out on Friday, so I've been playing it over the weekend. Playing a bit of the Canadian Grand Prix because obviously the weekend we saw the Canadian Grand Prix happening in real life, so I've been eager to get on it and play it. So I'll be showing you guys some of the new tracks, some of the new updated gameplay, talking you through those changes as well. And then if there's anything you guys want to see in the chat, please let us know. Thank you everyone who's watching so far. And yeah, if you have any audio issues, because I know this game is loud, so just let me know if there's any gameplay issues for audio and I'll change some settings around. But let's get into it, shall we? This is F1 23. As you can see, this is the menu where you've got all the different modes and stuff. Braking point. This is where the sound should come in, so let me know if that's loud for you or not. But yeah, this is F1 23. I've already got comments in the chat about Lionel Messi. Yeah, obviously Lionel Messi's in the background. Gotta be. Yeah, this is the F1 23 menu. So you've got your braking point, you've got your career mode, you've got F1 World. F1 World, actually, I'll go through this in a bit, but F1 World is where basically all the single player modes are now. So if we go into F1 World, you've got, if you click play, they've sort of hidden them around. So for someone like me who's used to older F1 games, they've sort of hidden them, but once you get used to it, it's fine. So you've got the Grand Prix here, you've got multiplayer Grand Prix, time trial. So what I'll do first of all, I'll go into time trial, warm up a little bit, and then if there's anything you guys want to see, just let us know. Already got some comments in the chat. I've got my laptop on my floor here, so I'm having to like squint to read the comments. Maybe I'm getting old. We've got game is a tad loud, sounds fine to me. Task Force Taylor, yo, thinking of getting the game, is it worth it? Task Force Tyler, honestly, it is genuinely one of the best F1 games, if not the best F1 game I've ever played, just because of the handling. It's just so much more like real life. I will turn the game down slightly because it will get louder with the engines as well. But let's get into it. Enough of me. And the graphics are amazing as well, Tyler. So I would highly recommend it. Right, let's get into, what should we get into? I don't want to show my bias here. Obviously, I've got a Mercedes Lewis Hamilton car next to me. So let's start with Lewis's car, the W14. Let's go Canada first of all. On a bit of a time trial, we'll get a bit of a feel for the handling and stuff, and then we can get into some racing. And if there's anything you guys want me to do, let me know. I will be doing some setup videos at some point because I like to go through the different setups and stuff. Because what you can do, if you're new to F1 games, what you can actually do is you can change your setup. So if we go into this, for example. So you can change your aerodynamics, your front wing, your rear wing, you can change your transmission, you can change your suspension geometry, you can change your suspension settings, including anti-roll bar and stuff, and brakes and tire pressure. So I'm not going to go into that now. I'm just going to nick what one of the F1 esports drivers has done. So Brendan Lee, I think he drives for Alfa Romeo now. Yeah, he set this on the Alfa Romeo. So I'm going to nick his setup, which is something you can do on the F1 games, which is like absolute lifesaver. So let's load his setup. And let's get into Canada and let me know what you think. Before we get into it, interesting looking at the floor. Why you get comments up on your phone? Oh yeah, that's a good point actually. Let's get the comments up on my phone. I haven't actually done that before. So let's see if we can do that. That's probably a better idea. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you so much for that. What I'll do, just before I figure that out, I will have a few blasts around the track first because I really want to play this track. So let's do it. So this is Canada. So they just raced here last weekend. Max Verstappen won. It's a great track. It's like an old school street circuit. And just to give you an idea of how I race. So I race with minimal assists on. So no traction control, automatic gear, but manual gear. Sorry. I do race with the racing lines sometimes, depending on the track, just to give me an idea of where to go, but I know where to go pretty much. It's just the braking points really that take a bit of time. And there's my first invalidation, so I've gone over the white line slightly. On time trial, they're really hot. on you going over the white line, so you have to be really careful. That's a really tricky corner there, that left to right. You can really catch you out. It's really difficult to know sort of how technical you guys want me to get into it. I will read the comments in a bit, or that bit snap of oversteer there. But I'll go through what I would do, and if I'm being a bit too in depth for you guys, just let me know. So this is now the long straight ahead of the last hairpin, and then that'll be the first lap that I'll do. But obviously it was invalidated, so we haven't yet got a time on the board either way. So this hairpin, you have to really get right, otherwise it can invalidate. Down to 5th gear. Oh, that was lovely. Just over the white line as well. To set a 1 minute 11. So let's see what I can do now. We really go for it. Down into 2nd, upshift slightly to 3rd, get the power down. And this is a 5th gear corner, so down 2, straight into it, over the white line. That was lovely. And then this one, I think, is the hardest corner to get right, because it just wants you to spin off all the time. But if you keep your foot in it, that's lovely. So we're on for a decent lap here. Down into 4th, keep the speed, minimum speed up, little bit of traction, little loss of traction on the exit, that's fine. We're up nearly a 2nd. Down into 2nd here, get it turned, get it rotated, get the throttle down, upshift. Nice. So we're a 2nd up on our previous time. No pressure. 1, 2, 3, get it right. Over the white line, perfect. Didn't hit the wall. And we're going to do a 1 minute 10.8. Which isn't too bad, but definitely can do better. And as you can see, I'm already green on this lap. 1, 2. Bit more minimum speed. Yeah, I went over the white line there. Took a bit too much curb. That's fine. Have to be really careful in that corner. Although I'm a little bit up. So just to go through some of the changes in F1 23. So in F1 22, the throttle was basically working against you the whole time, particularly if you don't use traction control. So you were really scared to, like, you had to really feather the throttle out of slow corners particularly. But that's just not how the cars handle in real life, and we saw that. And some of the drivers have actually said that traction in F1 cars, modern F1 cars, is so great that didn't really make sense in the game. So what they've done is they've made so many changes to the floor, to the aero balance, the mechanical grip, everything down to like the slip of the tyres and how that affects the actual handling of the cars itself. They've recalculated everything, and the car just feels planted like you would expect an F1 car to feel. That was really nice. Oh, nearly got a snap of oversteer there. And yeah, essentially they handle much like their real life counterparts, which is what you want. What that does mean is they're slightly easier to drive. Now, that doesn't mean they're easy to drive. far from it, as you can probably tell. They're not easy to drive. They've still got, if you didn't know, F1 cars have a 1.6 litre turbocharged engine with an electrical energy system called an ERS system that generates 1,000 brake horsepower, which is a lot. And the cars don't weigh that much, so they're quick, really quick. That was nice. That was really nice. Right, let's go for a lap, shall we? Down to 4th. Keep the speed up. Keep the speed up. Brake late. Right, it's all about traction here. Keep your foot in it. Keep your foot in it. There we go. There we go. Nice. Down 2. Don't go. Yeah. Got a bit too greedy there again, but it's alright. I'm going to carry on. Down 3. Went a bit late there, but it's okay. I lost out on the straight. That's fine. what a snapper oversteer. So I'm not down on my time, just not up. Let's give it a bit of light, but I broke way too early there. Nice exit. That's a really nice exit. Right, here we go. Right, we've got to get this right. Right, down 3. Broke a bit later. That's fine. Keep the minimum speed up. Nice. That was nice. So that lamp won't count because I went over the white line, but let's throw it in. Let's go for a lap again. Right, keep the. It's about the traction here now. There we go. I'm up again. Right, just can't get too greedy on this corner. That's fine. That's good. Keep it throttle. Keep it. Yes, nice. That's nice. That's nice. Right, down 4. Be careful on the curb. Yeah, there you go. On that curb. Oh, just about kept it in. Lost a bit of time there. Lost a bit of time. Lost a 10th, I'd say. Yeah. Let's see if we can make it up in the next corner. Oh, he wants to get away from me, and that's the first spin. So, as I said, they're not easy to drive, but they are easier than last year. So let's get it back on track. But yeah, while I go and try... It's a humid day today, and I haven't got any of the windows open, so it might get a little bit sweaty in here. But... Right, while I'm preparing for my next lap, let's see if I can get the comments open so I can actually chat to you guys. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? If I could actually chat to you guys. So let me get up my app. See if I can have a look. Okay, so going live. Okay, so my Xbox Studio, my YouTube Studio app isn't actually showing my F1 stream. That's good. That's really good. So I guess, give me 1 second. I'm just going to squint, and I'm going to have a look at the comments on my computer for now. So some of you guys' comments. I'm completely new to the F1 series, and 23 were really good. That's why I'm considering it. Yeah, you definitely should consider it, and I'll go through a bit more of the detail and the changes in a minute. Scott's Rocking Games Kid, is this PS5, Xbox, or PC? This is PC. So this is obviously the wheel and stuff is all geared to PC as well. Sorry, Nathan, you're not horizontal, or you're not horizontal enough in your seat for this to be realistic, right? Do you want me to go all the way back? Because I can do, but that wouldn't be good for on camera. Task Force, is this any different from any other racing series like Forza? Sorry for asking so many questions, but is it easier to control on controller? So Task Force Tyler, so essentially this is different to other series like Forza because in Forza you don't have F1 cars. F1 cars have way more downforce than normal road cars would be, or cars that you'd have on Forza, and they have much more brake horsepower as well, much more power, so they're harder to control, particularly with traction control and stuff. But you know, if you like your F1, this is the only game to get really. If you're looking at all different ones. Jasmine, just open the stream on YouTube. Oh yeah, of course. I could just open the stream on YouTube. That's a good point. Let me get that up now. So if I go to our YouTube channel. Yeah. Okay, guys, I can see your chats now. Panic over. So yeah, is it easier to control a controller? Yeah, so for this year, Codemasters have brought something called Precision Drive, which is for controller players like yourself. So it's easier to drive than a wheel, because I think in previous F1 games, players were kind of hampered, because it is easier to drive on a wheel, but for this year, that new Precision Drive feature allows controller players a little bit more. It just gives you more feel. I think that's the thing with racing games, especially F1 games. Because the cars have so much power, you want to feel as much as possible. So you want to feel the slip of the tyres when you're losing that grip, because you need to have that sort of cue to know when to take avoiding action, to not spin, or you know. So I think it's just the general feel that you need that you don't get from a controller. But for this year, it is better. It's not as good, obviously, as a wheel and pedals, particularly like for a wheel and pedals of this quality. So this is the Logitech Pro Racing wheel, which is direct drive. and the feedback is just incredible with this wheel. You can read the review on the Mirror Gaming editorial, because we did a review on it recently. But this is just, I'm just going to gearing up for a lap now, warming my tyres up. I know, time trial, you don't have to warm up your tyres, but you know. But what are you making it so far? What does it look like? Any of you interested in picking it up? I know it is obviously an F1 game, so if you're not into F1, then it might not be for you, but I'm really into F1, as you can probably tell. Right, let's start a good lap then. So we're going to get on the power early. There we go. Right, let's start a gap. We've got 1:10.8. Let's see what we can do. Brake a little bit later into this one. Hold the corner, hold the speed a little bit more. I'm a little bit deep into that, but that's fine. Can put the power down a bit earlier, and I'm up on my time. And that's all about keeping the speed up, and that's invalidated. That is a really difficult corner to kind of judge the exit point, the entry point, sorry, of the corner, because you want to cut it as much as possible, but you don't want to obviously cut it so much that you get an invalidation or your lap doesn't count. So it is quite difficult. One of the things they've changed as well for this year is the way the cars handle the curbs and different surfaces like that, and they are a little bit more predictable than last year. What I would say is that, having watched the race in real life over the weekend, they were riding the curbs with the cars much better than you can in the game. Not sure if it's a setup that I'm using, because you can adjust the floor height as well. Not sure if that's just because the setup I'm running particularly, but I'll show you. If I go near the curb, so if I go... If I go onto this curb here, and I'll put my foot down like that, there's just a little bit, you get a little bit of traction loss, and you can go into the water. This curb is like, it's like tread on ice. Like if you go on the curb there, I'm just fighting the car all the way. Woohoo! You're just fighting the car all the way if you go on the curb. So that's something that maybe I can change the setup, but you have to sort of keep away from the curbs as much as possible, I would say. And I'm not on a very good lap here, so I'm just going to prepare for the next one. And then in a bit we'll do a race, and then I can show you the other modes as well. I'm going to stream till around about maybe 11, 12 o'clock. Right, here we go. Right, I'm going to go probably a bit quieter than usual, because I'm going to try and focus for a lap. So here we go. Right, so you go down 4, turn 1, keep the minimum speed up as much as you can. Brake for turn 3, get the power down, as much traction as you can without obviously losing it. And it's this one, which is so down to 5, pin it, absolutely pin it on the exit and just hope it sticks, and it does. That's good. Now you go down 4 for this one, and then I upshift to 4 just so I have a little bit more traction on the way out, and that's worked. So we're now 2/10 up on the last time, which is good. So into this one again, minimum speed, you need to carry the speed into the corner and then get on the power early over the curbs. That's lovely. I'm 3.5 up. This is a good lap, really good lap. You want to brake as late as possible here, down into second. Missed the apex a little bit, but it's all right. It's all right. I've got a good exit. I lost a little bit of time there on the DRS. Cut the straight a little bit, and then it's all about the final chicane. Keep the minimum speed up. Hit the wall, which lost me a bit of time. So I'm up, but not by that much. Right, let's give it another go. The great thing about the F1 game, if you don't do it one lap, you can just keep going round and round. Right, keep the speed up, pin it, absolutely pin it now, out of the corner, that's good. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I go up to 4 just for the traction at the end. Keep your foot in it, that's nice. That's really nice. Right, let's try this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep them in speed up again. Keep your foot on it. Nearly lost it then. Oh, that would have been a bad accident in real life. And yeah, I've lost all my time now. So as you can see from my driving, it's not easier to drive than last year. No, it's not easy to drive, but it is easier to drive than last year. But it's still hard. There's a reason why F1 drivers get paid so much money, right? That's nice. That was really nice. And I've actually made up a 10th and a bit there, so that's my best time so far. So I've one more lap. I always tell myself one more lap, just try and get it right on the traction. That's nice. Right, I'm up from the last lap. That's really nice as well. Pin that as much as possible. That's nice. Tricky braking zone there, really tricky. On the curb again, and there we go. Still hard. Right, let me have a read of the comments, and we'll get into maybe a different mode, if you guys want to see a different mode. Don't text or drive. Well, yeah, I can't really not though, can I, Jasmine? Have you tried it on deck yet? No, I haven't actually. But that is packaged up and ready to go to one of my colleagues. Jasmine, if you're in the chat. Taskforce Tyler, thank you. I actually might get the game. God bless. No, thank you for being in the stream. I really appreciate it. Think I'll stick to Forza. Jasmine, yeah, I mean, it depends if you want. Obviously, this is an F1 game, right? If you're not a fan of F1, then Forza's probably more fun. But this is probably a more, compared to Forza's more of an arcade, I would say, than this is more of a simulation of F1 cars, and it's more of it's not a proper sim like iRacing, like it hasn't got that sort of deep down technical stuff, but it is pretty damn close, Matt says, I tried F1 22 last night, kept crashing on PC. Yeah, it's difficult. Jasmine, think that's just your PC. Nathan's playing on PC too. Yeah, yeah. I think just to clarify, I don't play with any assists, and I don't play with manual gears and stuff. So it is difficult. But I've been playing F1 games since I was a kid, so I'm used to it, right? But if you've never played F1 games before, then it's going to be easy to crash. It is a difficult game, but there are assists you can turn on, traction control, automatic gears. You can make it easy for yourself. There are those options available. So Matt, don't give up yet. Keep doing it, and you will get better in the end. Right, let's have a Grand Prix then, shall we? And I'll see what I can get on with. Let's go with. Let's go on. Any particular tracks that you guys want to see? Let me know in the comments, because I can choose between. So I'll go through the circuits. So you got start from the start. So you got Bahrain, Saudi Arabia, Australia, Azerbaijan, Miami, Imola, Monaco, Spain, Canada, Austria. Austria's next weekend, which is really exciting. You got Silverstone, Hungary, Belgium, Netherlands, Monza, Singapore, Japan, Qatar, Texas, Mexico, Brazil, Las Vegas, the new Las Vegas strip circuit. I will tell you a bit more about that later on in terms of how they made that, because that track doesn't yet exist, but it's in the game. I'll tell you a bit more about that later on. And then Abu Dhabi, which is the last race of the season. And then you've got 3 tracks that aren't on the calendar this year, but they are in the game. So China, France, and Portugal. There's no one particularly wanting any particular track, so I'm just going to go with. I'm going to have to delete that track. I'm just going to go with. Let's go with Austria, because that's next weekend. I will go in the McLaren, repping Lando. Obviously, I've got the. I don't know if anyone noticed this, but I've got the McLaren Shadow Esports top on, which we got when we visited the McLaren Esports studio a couple of months ago. We got to race Lucas Blakely, who's the F1 Esports World Champion. That was really fun. So I'm repping their esports now. So the AI difficulty, you can obviously change that. I normally have it on about 95. If there's I'm gonna have it on a bit lower, because I want to give you guys some. I want to give you guys some overtaking maneuvers. So let's go 79. It says hard. It's not really hard. Let's go with a short race. No, let's go medium race. 35% race, to give you guys an idea of how the race is, what the race is like, and what the rules and stuff are. So it'll give me a random grid slot now. I think I'll probably be 8th or 9th or something. Let's see. This is the Austria Grand Prix. It's actually called the Red Bull Ring because it's Red Bull's home race because they're an Austrian brand. So strategy, I think I'll go with soft to medium, but I can change this as I'm going along. Let's go with increased top speed. Yeah, for this track, that's pretty important because you've got a couple of long straights. And then let's go, shall we? Unless anyone's got any... yeah, so I don't know what happens. I can't play anything on PC. Oh, I mean, oh right. You said when it keeps crashing on PC. I thought you meant you were crashing into barriers and stuff, not that it was just crashing. But yeah, that's 100% your PC, Matt. You have PC problems all the time, so potentially not the game's fault because F122's been out for a while and I haven't had any crashes at all. So let's go for it, shall we? So the start procedure, you hold that to engage the clutch. We'll get at RPM to around about 9.5. So I'm actually last. So let's try. Right, you gotta be really careful at the start, not crash. Just try and get in a good position so I can advance forward. I've got the overtake available. And if anyone's played the older F1 games, you'll see that there has been a few changes to the track layout. Austria, I'm gonna go in. Sorry, Pierre, just giving you a bit of. Oh, getting involved. Alright, I've lost my front wing. That's good. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I might need to do that. Right, let's get Piastri into this bend. Oh, that's nicely done. Really nice. Sorry, Oscar. I've lost my front wing, but you know what? I'm going to carry on. What's the worst that can happen? Oh, look at that. I'm just trying to turn the wheel. It doesn't even turn. Oh dear. Right. So that's how much downforce you could lose from... Oh, and my... was that something behind me? Was that my messy thing? Oh, okay, and I've been... You know what? That was very, very messy. Did you get it? Because Messi just fell over. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to restart the session. And I'm going to make sure that I haven't destroyed my room. There you go. Right, let's restart the session and try not to crash, shall we? Because that was cool. Oh, have I changed my... That's a different camera angle. I don't know how I've done that. But that's a much better start. Let's get away from all the madness. Oh, say that. Alright, keep your foot in it. There we go. Right, I've changed the camera angle somehow. And I can't remember how to change it back. Let's try that. There we go. Oh, right, I'm trying and get Albon here. Yeah, got him. Keep my foot in it. There we go. Right, up to P12. Let's see how long I can last on these soft tyres. I think that's going to be one of the issues. Right, late into there. Oh, I've got a car on the inside. Nah, try again, mate. You'll have to wake up pretty early in the morning to get me on the inside of that corner. Right, let's go for Magnussen now. See if we can get him. As he's chasing Ocon. I've got a tank full of fuel. Which makes it a little bit harder to control. There we go. Right, I am catching Magnussen. So let's use a bit of overtake. So on modern F1 cars, you've got an overtake button, which is where the electrical energy is stored, which gives you about 250 more brake horsepower, but you can only use some of it. You have to wait till it recharges. So you only really use it when you're overtaking. Magnussen's going for a move here on Ocon. Let's try and get involved. If we get a good exit, which we do. Oh, look at that. The traction out of that corner was beautiful. Now I'm actually going to try and get Ocon, who's defending onto the inside, but let's brake later. And we've got him. Move's done. And we're going to move to Hulkenberg next in P9. So let's see So now I need to save up my overtake, so I'm not going to use it. And if you notice, what will happen is it will go down as I'm going on straights, but then as I'm braking and cornering it, it will go back up because the car regenerates the energy. Pretty clever, huh? Let's save up my electrical system, and now we've got DRS as well, which is the drag reduction system, which I use to help with overtaking as well. So I've got that available when I'm under a second behind the car in front. I can use the DRS. It gives me an extra 20-30 kph, and it just helps with overtaking. I need to brake a little bit earlier into that corner, especially with my setup. And I need to use a little bit of overtake because I've got someone right behind me. I can see in my mirrors. That was nice. So as you can see, as I'm coming out of corners, I am being gentle with the throttle, because if I don't, I'll just spin because I've got so much power. But last year it was so much worse. You couldn't even, like, you had to really sort of tickle the pedal, because otherwise you just spin straight away. But in this game you can pretty much floor it after a certain point, which is how they do in real life. And I am catching the car in front now, so I've got some good momentum. Let's get some overtake. I'm in the top 10. 2, 3, 4, and then it's get a good exit. Nice. I haven't got DRS yet, but I will do at some point. Right, let's brake a little bit early into here, and we can get a better exit out of this corner. That's better. That's much better. See how it's spinning the wheels? And I've got DRS now on Hulkenberg, but he's got DRS on the person in front of him. So that's the issue I've got, is that we could be in a DRS train. But I'm very close behind now. There's not many places to overtake here, so I might have to be patient. Gone deep into there. Just explore the lines a little bit.
Okay, clear.
Let's see what I can do on the next straight, I think. So I've got 50% overtake. So let's see what I can do. Nice. Use a little bit of overtake, use a little bit of DRS. I think I've got him on this straight. 4. Alright, good exit. Get the DRS, get the overtake. Oh, I might be able to go for the lunge. You know what? I'm going to try it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to commit early. I'm going to... Oh, it's a bit squirrely. Oh, sorry. Yep. Okay, that was late. Oh, no. Okay. And that's what happens if you're a little bit silly. But what you can do, this is for people who are new to F1 games, is you can do something called a flashback, where you get put a couple of moves behind. So this time I'm going to decide not to, although I broke a bit later. That's fine. Okay, I've got one of them. Cool. That's fine. That's worked out right. So I've got that on my system. I've got the silliness out of my system now. We're just going to go really clean racing, because that was just too much. I just got a bit too excited there. Now we've got yellow flags. Has someone gone off? Someone might have gone off ahead of me. Or has someone had an accident? No, it's green now. So I think they just must have had a moment somewhere. Now Hulkenberg hasn't got anyone in front of me now, so he's going to be really disadvantaged compared to me. Because I've got DRS. And he hasn't. I'm not going to try into here because that would be silly. But I'm going to get a good exit out of here. Keep it planted. DRS, and that should be enough. That should be enough for a clean overtake, I would think. He's going for the inside. He's trying to defend. What I might have to do is do the cutback. Like that. So he'll be on the inside. Oh, no, he hasn't. He hasn't defended it. Okay, fair enough. That's fine. And we're up to P8. And now, we've got the 2 Ferraris in front of us. We got Ferraris, Hamilton, Verstappen, I think that is. Maybe Alonso. So let's see what we can do. Oh, trying to hang on to that. And then what I'll do in a minute is I'll show you, if I click L3, you can actually see how my tyres are hanging on. So at the moment they're around 20%. At around 30-40% they're going to start to degrade, and I'm not going to have as much grip, and then that's when I might come in for a change of tyres. But we're not at that point yet. That's really good. That's really nice. Let's get some overtake. And let me know how you're liking this, guys. I mean, I'm in my element here. I don't know if you can tell that, but just really having a good time. And you can see the tyres are going down as I'm coming out of corners, and that's because they're spinning, and it's just getting rid of the tread of the tyre, really. Not tread, like just wearing down the tyre. These tyres don't have tread, these are slick tyres. So, offering you the most grip. If you didn't know, if you were to have slick tyres in a road car, you would have way more grip. If you had slick tyres at home in your road car, you'd have way more grip. It would feel way better driving around. But when it rained, you'd just slide off the road. So that's the reason we have tread on our tyres. Literally the only reason is because if it rained, we'd be in big trouble. Which is a pretty good reason, I suppose. But interesting nonetheless. It was interesting for me anyway. Right. Now the Ferraris are quick. But I feel like they're being held up by Hamilton. So we might have a chance in a minute. There's a couple of moves happening in front of us. So let's... Yeah, I need to brake much earlier into that corner. I've got away with it a little bit. Ooh, that was very dodgy. Who have I got behind me? I've got Hulkenberg. I'm not going to let him past. I'm going to defend my inside. Yeah, lucky mate. So that was my mistake. My bad. That won't happen again. Right, let's try and catch these Ferraris. What I might do is I might come in for tyres a little bit earlier than the Ferraris. And then on my first lap out, if I absolutely smash it, I can do something called the undercut. Where when they come in for tyres, I'll already be ahead of them. Which is a tactic they use in real life. Oh, that was nice. That was a really nice exit. But I'm lap 9 into 25. My engineer's telling me that I'm going to be on mediums, which is fine. I was expecting that. Oh, Sainz had a bad exit. So that might open it up to me. I'm not. He braked really early there. What is he playing at? Has he got an issue? He must have, because he must have an issue. Because that was an easy overtake on the Ferrari there. Now it's Leclerc next. So I've gone from last to 7th in 9 laps. Let's see what I can do in the rest of the race. I'm in a McLaren, so although it is equal performance, but the McLaren hasn't been great this year, so I'm doing them proud. I'm doing them proud. So I'm starting to lose a bit of grip. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm sliding around a little bit more than I would be. So it might be time for some new tyres shortly. Gap to your teammate behind is 18.2 seconds. Oh, they've had a bad exit. This is a chance. Real good chance here on Leclerc. Leclerc is going for Hamilton, actually. So I'm not going to get involved in that. I'm just going to wait it out. And then when... Oh, look at them fighting. And then if I get good traction... Oh, I was a bit too greedy. I'm going to go on the inside. And that's a double overtake on Hamilton and Leclerc. If I can make it stick... I can make it stick. Hamilton's on the inside. No, he's not anymore. Good. Nicely done. Say nicely done to myself. I think if I was an F1 driver, I would say things like that to myself, I think. I'd just be like, oh, nice, mate. Well done. So I'm up to 5th now. Alonso next. It is a bit hot in here. This is actually quite hard work. So down. Alonso is next in line. I haven't got much overtake left, so I'm going to save that. So I'm boxing this up for new tyres. And I need them. I need them. I need them. And as I'm boxing, I'll read your comments if you've got any questions. Lewis has just absolutely breezed by me. I'm not having that. I'm not having that. I mean, he is. Whoa! Oh, and my... Lewis absolutely had me then. Oh! So, I might have to repair my wing damage as well. Oh, look, I've got some wing damage. It's pretty obvious I've got wing damage. I can't even turn. So, that'll be fixed in the next pit stop, but it's going to cost me time. Oh, Leclerc! Where's Hamilton gone? What happened to Hamilton? Did he, Right, I'm going to come into the pits for a new set of boots. It's treacherous, isn't it? This F1 stuff. What assist are you using, Morgan? Morgan, I'm not using any traction control. I'm using manual gears. The only thing that I'm using... Oh, it's a bit late there. The only thing that I'm using is anti-lock brakes and the racing line. But the racing line is just to show you guys, you know, not because I need it or anything. Got in here. Here we go. Right, so we lost a bit of time there with the new wing. But don't worry, we'll make it up. We'll make it up. Where are we? So we're behind Albon and Gasly. So we really need to get a move on now. So we've got some new tyres, we've got some new grip. So we should be able to have fun the last couple of laps. That is just, I keep going off on that. I don't know why, but I keep going off on that bit. And that's leaving me, Hamilton is right behind me with DRS again. But he's not going to get me. Oh, these new tyres, you can feel it as soon as they're on. They're just so fresh. The grip's there. Right, Albon is next in my sights. Should be able to pick him off pretty easily. Hamilton is right behind me. Lewis, will you just leave me alone for a bit, please? I wish they had proximity chat in F1 cars. That'd be really fun. Right, here we go. Albon. Come in, mate. I'm coming for you. The best version of best form of defense is attack. Let's prove that now with Alex Albon. Alex, which way are you going, Alex? You're going on the inside. Okay. I'll go on the outside. Do the odd switcheroo. Get a good exit. And we'll have Gasly on the inside. Oh, he's defending hard into the inside. I don't want to crash into Stroll. There we go. Nicely done. Really nice. Again, saying that to myself. Right, most of these cars have already overtaken, but that's because we had that little issue with our front wing, so we had to change it. Oh, Stroll, you went a bit wide there. This should be a double overtake. Will he go for it, Stroll? Will he go for it? I don't think he is. I don't think he is. Oh, he is! He's going for it on the inside. I'm gonna have him. There we go. Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. And let's get Nico then. Oh, I'm gonna dive bomb him. He's gonna turn it. Oh, he's got it. It's all right. I've got it. A bit messy, but we did it. I've got a warning. Got a warning. Okay. Sorry. Sorry. Right, I've got a bit of time to make up on signs here, so let's get going. Ooh. Let's get going. Let's get a move on, shall we? Got some clear air. 6 seconds in 11 laps. Let's do it. Nice. So I actually did an interview with Lee Mather, the senior creative director of EA Sports and Codemasters, recently, talking about the new game and some of the handling changes and physics changes. That is on our channel if you want to go and check that out. It's one of our most recent videos, I believe, so you can go and find that pretty easily. That's better. Look, that's how you should do that corner. Him just messing about. Yeah, so what they've done essentially is they've sorted out the relationship with the car's aero and mechanical grip. So the car now has more mechanical grip in the low speed corners, giving you better traction. But then at a certain point, the aerodynamics of the car take over, and that's where the car's really planted in the high speed corners, so you can really sort of throw it in. And you can tell that compared to last year's game, it's absolutely miles different, to use a car analogy. So, for example, last year's game, just to give you an example, turn 1 in Austria here, with the brake and turning, if you were to go on the accelerator now, you just spin off. But in this one, you can have the confidence to ease on the throttle, and it won't just throw you off. The car's got enough traction there to keep you on the road and to actually give you a good exit. And of course, if you didn't know, F1 cars are just real wheel drive only, so they do spin up the wheels on the rear if you're not careful. This is a phase of the race here where I just have to put my foot down, see where it takes me, because I'm not really gaining on Carlos Sainz ahead of me. Saying like I know him. I don't. Wish I did, but 5.9 seconds. I have taken down a little bit, but not much. So maybe I need to take a few more risks. I've been quite safe with my driving. So let's take a few more risks, shall we? Let's take a few more risks. We go, just try. Oh, if you take risks, that's what happens, right? So, yeah. And you can actually like feel the traction as well. As you put your foot down, the wheel's giving you feedback about how much grip you've got. As you're braking, you can feel the slip of the tyre. You can feel the edge of the grip. So it gives you the idea of when you can put your foot down and when you can start the next phase of your corner entry. Because going into corners, it's all about the phase. There's all these different phases. So obviously the braking's the first phase, getting your brake in a straight line, as straight as you can. Some corners it just won't do it, but like that one, for example. So you've got braking phase, the turning phase, and the acceleration phase. So they're all very separate. But the earlier you can get on the power, even if it's mid-corner, the faster you'll be. And that's where that extra grip really helps you out. So Stroll is now firmly in my rear wing mirrors. Rear view mirror? Rear wing mirror? I don't know that. Nice. So you can see, do you see the gears just like flick up then? That's just where the tyres just add enough. Just like, you're putting too much power down, I'm going to spin them. Because obviously there's no traction control that I'm using here. 7th is a respectful finish though, if it ends up like this. I am hopeful of catching Sainz before the end, but let's see. Let's see what I can do. Let's see. 5.5 seconds. Nice. Really nice. So it's the Austrian Grand Prix next weekend. Can't wait for that. Oh, is it next weekend or is it 2-week gap? It's definitely the next Grand Prix. I just don't know when it is. Nice. I think there might be a move happening. I just heard the crowd. That's a nice a nice touch for this year. You can hear the crowd react to certain moments, so you can tell when there's stuff happening. So maybe there's been something happen in front of me, but we'll see. Got 6 laps left. Oh, I could throw it in. Just hit the... So with the new changes, I think a lot of people knew that watching an F1 car in real life and playing on the game last year, it wasn't matching up. The correlation between what you could do on the virtual track and what they were doing in the real life track just wasn't sort of matching up. So what they did, they gave F1 drivers a couple of versions of the game with different physics, and they were like, how do you want it to feel? Which one is the best for you? And they picked a particular version, and then they based it all around the handling model. So these cars are now much more realistic in terms of how they drive in real life, and that's down to the F1 drivers themselves. They've put the work in, the effort, Codemasters, to develop that, and it's super fun. You can focus less on worrying about, oh, my throttle, oh, this or that, like losing grip in these silly little corners, and you can just focus on throwing it in, making up the time like this. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. I think I'll show you Monaco as well at some point, because Monaco's really nice, really obviously a nice track, but visually the amount of effort that you need to put in to actually get around Monaco, it's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. So I'm waiting for something to happen here, because I'm not going to catch signs. But I'm not going to be catched by the car behind either, so let's see what happens. There might be a crash, there might be something going on. Let's hope for the best. And that is what that turn there, turn 3 or turn 2. Officially, I think it's turn 3, 4. You don't want to trust the racing line too much. If you can help it, you want to sort of find your own line, because it's just a very beginner guide to the game. If you follow it too much, then you're not gonna find the extra grip, that extra like tenth, half a tenth. I mean, even more than that, really, to really, because thanks, engineer. Got 5 laps of fuel left, so we're okay on fuel. Let's throw it in. So I'm losing a bit of grip now. I'm losing a bit of grip. The Sainz is just overtaking Alonso in front. So hopefully them two can come together. I really like the outside of that. That is not the quickest way around that corner, just so you know. But I don't know if it's the setup of my car or what. It's not behaving itself in that corner. I'm not sure why that is, but nice. Nice. Nicely done. It is hot today, isn't it? Not hot as in like the sun, especially near me, but the humidity. The humidity is it's something, especially putting this much effort into sim racing. You start to feel it. And did I just see signs then? Look at them two in front. Have they had an issue? Oh, hello. Okay, this could be interesting. Last 5 laps. Let's get them. See, I told you. You just have to wait your time. Keep in it. You got to keep in it. Let's keep in it. Let's get him. Come on. Come on.
Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I am. I am. I just said that. You weren't listening. I just said I'm going to catch him. Let's do it. It's funny, if you once you see a target in front, you just sort of come alive in sim racing. If you've got no one in front of you, it's really hard to have that sort of motivation. But when you can see something in front of you, it's like, yeah, come on. So I'm only 2 seconds behind now. I'm really catching them. Let's not mess it up. There we go. That's much better. That's much better. Let's get the traction down. What I don't want to use too much of is my overtake, but sort of have to get close. That's the thing.
We've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
Right, so I can burn a bit more fuel then. It's fine. All 1.9. There's going to be some action on the last lap, ladies and gentlemen. There's going to be some action. There's going to be some action. 1.9, come on. Come on, I need to take a few risks now. A few risks in a few corners. Let's throw it in. Come on. That was right on the edge of the grip. That was as well. That was very edge of your seat stuff. Come on. Come on. 2, 3, 4. Get it in. Get it in. Get the power down. Get the power down.
Are you alright? Engine off, engine off.
What? What happened then? That was weird. It was almost like I imagined crashing, but don't know. Nothing happened. Nothing happened at all. Ooh, that was a huge step of oversteer. Right, Alonso's struggling. Let's see if we can at least get up to the back of him. Alonso's struggling with his grip now. There's not many overtaking spots now on this track. At this late stage. But I am less than a second. Max Verstappen's won. Congratulations. There we go. And that is a race on 35%, which is about 25 laps. So last to 7th. It's not bad. It's not exactly tremendous, but just look at your comments. Traction is so much easier this year. Yeah, I mean, as you saw, traction. It's easier, but it's not easy. That's the thing. It's easier, but it's not easy. That's the thing. Rocking Games Kid said you can't let Hamilton win, Nathan. Well, I didn't. I feel like I crashed into him. Yeah, he finished behind me. So sorry, Lewis. Sorry, mate. Yeah. So that's Austria. What I might do now is show you Monaco, because Monaco is just so nice to see. I've also been on medium settings just because the FPS with streaming and everything. I didn't want it to sort of drop and stuff. But I'll go Monaco next. I'm just going to go and grab a drink, but bear with me, guys. I'm going to go and grab a drink, maybe grab a towel because it is humid in here, and I'll see you in a jiff. A jiffy? A jiffy? Did he see you in a jiff? Is that... Am I going mad? I feel like I'm too humid to think properly. But yeah, I'll catch you in about 30 seconds. You can time me. Don't, but you can if you want. Hello, I am back with my towel because it is very, very humid, so I'm going to pop that there. Did anyone see Messi fall? There was definitely some sort of noise behind me. It was up there before, but yeah, we'll just ignore that. Yeah, oh, it is humid here. Humid today. I'm in a room with no air conditioning, the window's not open, the PC's on, sim racing, so it is a little bit warm, but we carry on. So time trial. Let's go and have a look at Monaco, because Monaco I think is one of the most impressive tracks to drive around the new F1, the F1 games, just because there's just so much going on, and you're very aware that it's a street circuit. So let's go with Ferrari. Ferrari round Monaco. Have I missed it? I feel like I missed it. Because it was a couple of weeks ago, wasn't it? Let's go Monaco. And let's see if we can set a decent time. Because I'm actually pretty decent around Monaco. So let's see if we can set a decent time around the streets of Monte Carlo. Again, I'm going to nick an F1 Esports driver's setup because, you know, why not? I'll go Jarno Otmir, who is an absolute legend. My best time is 1:11.1, so I'm 2.5 seconds off the best in the world, which, I mean, not too bad, I suppose. But let's see if we can make that better now. Wish me luck. This track is incredible. Incredible. Let's see what we can do in the Ferrari. Let's see. 2, 3, 4. Pop it in. Invalidate that lap, but it's all good. How they race around here in real life, beggars belief, honestly, beggars belief. Because you're in first gear of this one, very tight chicane. Let me go over the strips there. This is a sighter lap, just getting under the tunnel for probably the hardest braking point. Yeah, the hardest braking point on the circuit, which is over this bit. I broke way too early there. Go over there, and then this bit is probably my favourite section. Oh, that's hot. And then you full throttle through the swimming pool section here. You just ease it in, and that's where you can go into the wall there. So I'll watch that for next time. Lose traction a bit out of that. You want to be in second, third. Right. Maybe have another warm-up lap, and then we'll go for it. Another warm-up lap definitely needed. The Ferrari engine sounds way different compared to last year. Oh, that was nice. That was nice. Bit deep into there, but all good. Clip the wall. Can barely turn around there. It's absolute. Oh, hard work. And then I can drag a little bit later into this one. That's about the limit, I think. That is nice, though. Really nice traction out of there. That wasn't great. 2 in there. You want to be as close to the barrier as possible, but not hit it, obviously. Stupid thing to say, but... Oh, and then if you try and put too much throttle down, them slow corners. You've got no grip. You're on literally a street surface, so let's see. 1, 2, 3. Go over there. Nice. That's really nice. Full throttle. That's much better. Let's see how bright we can brake on this one. That's nice. Your 4th gear. And then there's a bump there, but we don't get deep into this one. Get the speed, keep going round. Lovely. Into 1st gear, over the bump there. Over the curb. Nice, that's really nice. We're only a 10th down on my best time. Let's brake late into here. Nice. Really nice. Right, full throttle. Oh, that was nice. That was really nice. Much speed going into here as possible. Watch the wall. Down into second. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy on the throttle. Get it into there. Foot down. That is a great time. 4/10 up. Whew. Let's try again. Oh, we're up again. Come on. Feel like I'm on a roll now. 3,000th in the world. I'll tell you that. Oh, nearly lost it. Nearly lost it. The concentration it takes is incredible. I don't know how the F1 drivers do it, honestly. Nice. There's just walls everywhere. It feels so much faster than what you're actually doing. Yeah, that was a bit over. I got a bit greedy there. Got a little bit greedy. You want to be as close to that little wall by the chicane as possible. You see a lot of drivers hit that over the weekend. Obviously, it ends their qualifying because you know their wheel comes off. But it's just the fine margins around this track. That is a really good exit. I'm over 1/10 up on my best time. Let's make this count, guys. Brake as late as possible into here. Keep the speed up. Keep the speed up. Keep the speed up. Oh, see, you want to be... That's what happens when you try and get as close as possible, but you actually hit it. It's such fine margins. And then what you need to do is get into first. Really rag it round. Really rag it round. There we go. Tell you what, with the direct drive wheel around Monaco, whew, it is quite an experience, especially the new game as well. You've just got... I know I said that it's hard with the traction. It is, because it's a street circuit. But compared to last year, it's so much more fun. Gives you way more confidence. You can brake like that. Again, hit the wall there again. Which, just getting ready for the next lap now. Right, let's see what we can do. Get a good preparation. There we go. Get the DRS open. Let's get the high speed up. Want to be in third here, I think. Nice. It's nice. I want to be in fourth gear here. Brake as late as possible. Keep the speed up. Keep your foot in it a little bit. Go a bit wider. Keep your foot in it more. There we go. Nice. Right, down 3 gears into second. Keep the minimum speed up. Keep your throttle down. Nice. Now down into first. Really, really turn the wheel as much as possible. Get into second. Get over that curb. Get as left as you can for this exit here. Throttle down. And we're close. We're close to the time I set before. Let's see what we can do on this braking point. We brake a little bit later than we did. That's what you want to do. Yes, that's nice. Right, let's take some risks here. Oh, that was close. Right, let's take some risks here. Oh, we just hit the wall there, but it's fine. If we get a bit more traction out of this corner here. Not far off at all. Not far off at all. I feel like we're on a good roll here. 2, 3. That's nice. That's really nice. That's over 1/10 up again. So I feel like we've got some time in the middle sector to make up for here. That is it. That is the one. That is the one. You want to hold the speed in. Get it round. Get it rotated. Get it into second. Get it over the curb. Get it into third. Oh, that's really nice. And we're a couple of tenths up on my best lap. Let's try and brake even later into here. Lovely. Really nice. Foot down. Risk it all into swimming pool section. Yep, lovely. Risk it all into this one. Nearly lost it on the outside. Oh, clipped a few walls. It's fine. We're still up. Oh, I've gone deep. It's all right. It's all right. I've gone deep, but it's fine. We're still up. We're still up. Ooh. Oh, I left the track there. Whew. How are you liking? How's the story in F1 23? Much going on by the way of character dynamics, says Rocking Games Kid. Yeah, I'll go through that in a little bit with Breaking Point, which is the narrative-driven story mode. So I'll get into that in a bit. Jasmine says story is cargo fast. Basically, yeah, basically cargo fast. Let's try it, shall we? Let's end that session. I've improved on my time. 5,000th in the world. I mean, I'll take that. I'll take that. I feel like a proper F1 driver with this towel. Wiping himself off after every race. Right, let's get into Breaking Point, which is the new narrative-driven story mode. I've gone through a few chapters and then reset it, so I'm going to go with hard. Walls and flags. Yeah, immersive. Yeah, let's start Breaking Point 2. So this is narrative-driven mode. Breaking Point was first announced in F1 21, and it followed the story of Aiden Jackson, who's on the screen now. This is just like a montage from Breaking Point 1 in F1 20... F1 21? Aiden Jackson was the young upstart, and his teammate Casper Ackerman was in the same car, and there was a few crashes and stuff.
It wasn't my fault. Well, whose fault was it then? He tried to stop them from signing you. Didn't want to play babysitter.
So if you keep an eye on the graphics, how this looked, this is how it looked in F1 21, which was released 2 years ago.
You're being watched. You know what his problem is, don't you? Thinks you're getting too old.
There's a dynamic where there's Aiden Jackson, who's the young upstart, and then there's another driver on the grid called Devon Butler, who is basically a bit of a troublemaker. Bit of a troublemaker.
He's on more money than me. What?
So you need to sort of
He didn't want me on the team.
get around that. So let's skip the cinematic and let's get into several races into the 22 season. So we're actually starting from last season, Breaking Point. And basically, there's different chapters, and you get certain challenges in certain chapters. So
What was it like?
look at these graphics, though. Look at these graphics.
You know, the first time you see a car, your car, with your branding, your name on it, in an official race, alongside Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, that's what it's all about.
You make it sound like a dream come true.
This is an F1 game. This is an F1 game. Look at these graphics. So the story is essentially Connor Sport is a new team. So you play, well, you don't actually, you play as all the characters, but Aiden Butler, teammate, is now Aiden Jackson is now Devon Butler's teammate. So there's real dynamics there between the two. So you get these different challenges where you're halfway through a Grand Prix and they tell you to complete certain challenges. So let's see what challenge we're set for Chapter 1.
I don't think I've ever seen the Connor Sport car being put through its paces quite like this.
This is a team, Connor Sport, that have got a lot to prove this season.
Graphics are so good. Really impressive. So let's see what the challenge is. Primary objective. Finish the race. So this is starts off easy and it gets harder. So let's see what we can do. So this is the Miami Grand Prix. So we're playing as Aiden Jackson now, with Yuki Tsunoda in front of me. Let's see what I can do. Now, this is set to the hardest mode, but as you can see, I'm already catching the car in front of me. So it is quite easy, but for beginners, it's perfect. So I'm going to get Yuki on this next straight, I think, if I get a good exit. Which I do. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yuki, Yuki, Yuki. Oh, got a bit greedy on the throttle there. I don't think that's I had to back out of that completely then. Next up is Alonso and Schumacher. So this is last year's drivers. I don't know if you noticed this, but we're actually starting off the campaign in last year's season, basically. Lovely track, Miami. Really nice. Like flowing with a few other. Oh, I've got a good exit here to get Alonso. Nice.
And the gap behind us is 1.5 seconds.
And get him on the outside. Should I get Schumacher as well? Yes, I will. That is clean. Absolutely clean. Nice. Again, I'm my own race engineer. I just like showcasing bits and bobs. That is a very tricky section, that last section in Miami. We've got 7 laps left. See what we can do. And it's really hard to see with the sun going through the trees, but we do our best. Oh yeah, I'll get Bottas soon. He's braking very early. Oh, Albon's just come out into the mix from the pits. There's a fast section here, so I'm gonna have to be careful. Whoa! You brake very early there, Valtteri. But let's see if I can get a good exit out of this corner. That was a good example there of just going slightly over the curb. It was enough to unsettle the car. Yeah, I'm not going to get Valtteri, I don't think. Oh, I've caught him napping. Caught him absolutely napping. And then Ocon and Norris are in my sights as well. Very tricky, clumsy last section here at Miami, as I said before. Good exit.
So the car ahead's come in and fitted the soft tyre.
You always want to go for the inside if you can. Norris is blocking me on the inside. That doesn't matter. That doesn't matter at all. Went a bit deep. It's fine. That was the fastest lap? No.
By 5.9 seconds.
Again, hit the curb, and it just that was enough. That all it took just to unsettle the car enough so that it just lost traction. So you have to be really careful on the curbs. Really careful.
So the gap to the car ahead,
Right, so Hamilton is just in front of me. I've got Ocon behind. He's got DRS. Is he going to have a go into this corner? No, he's not. So I'm playing as Aiden Jackson, as I said before. Recurring character from the original Breaking Point. And I'm not going to spoil Breaking Point 2, obviously, because I want you guys to play it yourselves. But there is a few more characters this year, including Callie Mayer, who's in the game, the first F2 world champion, and you jump into bits of her story, which is really good bits. Really enjoyed those bits. I've got Lewis Hamilton right in front of me, yet again. Let's see what I can do. Watch the curves. See how much more grip I have if I don't go to any of the curves. Makes a big difference. Oh, I've got DRS. Nice. The only assist I haven't got on is anti-lock brakes. I'm still learning how to do that. Very difficult in F1 cars to not lock your brakes. I mean, everyone who has a road car, if you stamp on the brakes, if someone jumps out in front of you and you stamp on the brakes, the car will just stop. Because it's got anti-lock brakes, right? But F1 cars don't have anti-lock brakes. And what happens if you stamp on the brake too much? You just lock the wheels and you just go flying off, and there's ways to do that. But I'll keep quiet while the cutscene happens.
I'm losing power. Why am I losing power? Copy that. We see it. We're looking at
Losing power. All the hard work you've done just is for nothing.
retire the car, please, Aiden. Retire the car. You're joking. I'm sorry, Aiden. Pull over now, please. Pull over now. This is getting ridiculous. And that's agonizing for Jackson. Just a few laps left to go, and he's out of the Miami Grand Prix.
Sort it out.
Every race, the car looks like a constant problem for Connor Sport. It must be devastating for the drivers.
Confirmation as the car comes to a halt. The Connor Sports Aiden Jackson won't be seeing the checkered flag today, but it looks like his teammate will. Jackson's DNF puts Devon Butler in a position where he might just be able to secure some points for Connor Sports. Aiden's out. Yep, engine problem.
So this is where we go to Devon Butler, who is his Aiden Jackson's teammate. Devon Butler is a very different personality to Aiden Jackson. He's very cocky. And he's deliberately sort of deliberately provocative, shall I say. So this is where you jump in. And you don't jump into them, but you do later on in Breaking Point. There's another cutscene to come.
If it's not one thing, then it's another. Did you not see what happened out there today?
Aiden, I agree with you 100%. We are doing everything we can. I know the car is not perfect, but
Andreo, it's every race. Do you know how I look losing easy points like this?
Knock, knock. Sounds like there's a right show going on in here. What am I missing?
Not now, Devon.
Aiden and I were just discussing issues with the car.
Again? I thought that was all in hand. I had no problems today. Smooth. You know what they say? A shoddy workman always blames his tools. mate. You can look at my setup data anytime you want. I've told you that. It might help.
And I've told you before, it's not a setup issue. The problem is
Jackson. That was the problem with the 2022 season. Ask anyone. I mean, at the end of 21, everyone thought Aiden was going to be signed by one of the big three. But I guess they couldn't reach an agreement, so we both signed for Connor Sport.
And do you think that affected Aiden?
That's no secret. Now, for that 22 season, Jackson was a nightmare.
I feel like obviously the facial movements are great, and the graphics are great, but the voice acting, it's so like it pairs. Obviously, it's a big, it's a big picture of the whole thing, but the voice acting just goes so well with the facial movements, everything. Jasmine, who's our resident graphics snob, even she is a fan. So yeah. And this is new as well for Breaking Point 2, is that you essentially also play as Andreo, which is the he's the CEO and team principal of this new this new team, so you can decide to answer certain questions and do things in a certain way, and that affects how the story plays out. Confident, decline, and then let's go to the next bit of. Let's put the. Oh no, I know I'm in the. Oh, I didn't put the graphic settings on. Oh, it's alright. Go to race. Right, this is chapter 2. This is the Canadian Grand Prix. With several laps remaining, Aiden Jackson pushes on as he hopes to secure some much-needed points for Connor Sport. Should we get into it? What time are we on, actually? 11 already. Jasmine, I am a fan. Looks amazing. How could I not be? Yeah, Jasmine, I'm a big fan as well, and I'm glad you are.
Into turn 2 we go now. Butler comes out of the pit lane. Jackson is right there with him. This is dicey, and neither one of these two wants to give way.
This is Devon Butler and Aiden Jackson together. Obviously, they're teammates, but they're rivals as well.
They continue onwards, still wheel to wheel, almost touching there as well, as we head down the straight towards the next chicane. Nothing to separate either car. And through the chicane we go. And now Jackson sends them both off the track, and Butler over a curb. That looked nasty.
I do believe that one of their cars is damaged here, Crofty. I think it's Butler.
Damage, Ant, but also they've lost places too.
Unbelievable and totally unnecessary as well.
Well, one damaged car, places now to make up. What a complete mess that was.
What a mess. Obviously, that's the official F1 commentator as well. David Croft voicing it. So now the challenge to reclaim 13th place before the end of the race. So let's see what we can do. Get the places back. Come on, let's go. Whoa, Schumacher. Being held up here. I'm being held up big time. Big time. You know what? You can just have that. Caught him napping there. That's not really an overtaking spot, but it just sort of happened. I was so much quicker. Right, the car ahead of me is locked up a little bit, so let's... Right, get down into second gear. Get a good exit. And we'll get Latifi. Because we've got DRS, we've got some battery power. Let's get him. We haven't got DRS actually. So we'll have to wait until the next corner. Why haven't I got DRS? Oh, because the... Let's get him into turn 1. Easily does it. Lovely stuff. And then that's the objective complete, really. Oh no, it's not. Got to get Albon. My bad. So in addition to the handling changes I was discussing earlier, they've also changed elements of the floor, where it interacts with the road. So for example, when it went over that, went over that curb, you saw how the car lifted, and I just lost traction straight away. Let's see if I can brake late into here, and then I'll get a good exit out of the corner. There we go. And Ocon is toast on the straight. Oh, he's trying to defend. The AI are really good on this game. Very aggressive. So Albon next.
Okay, that's us with 5 laps of fuel remaining. 5 laps of fuel left.
See, I'm on hard mode, and the cars are literally holding me up. I mean, this mode isn't for professional sim racers, esports drivers. It's for people who want to experience F1, have like a nice story mode to go into. The story's fun enough that you can sort of enjoy the gameplay, enjoy doing the challenges. I wish there just was a harder mode for the challenges. That's very deep into there. Maybe the way you unlock it. Maybe it's something you can unlock later. I don't know. I've got 4 laps left. Let's get Norris and Zhou Wang Yu, who are involved in a battle. I'm going to go deep, see if I can get them on the traction on the exit. I might do, you know. I might do. Lando. Oh, that's not an overtaking spot, but I've made it one. Lovely. Lovely stuff. Yellow flag right in front of me. Who's that? Oh, someone's gone off. That's got to be a safety car, surely. So I was supposed to get 13th. I've now got 10th.
And gap to the car in front is 1.7 seconds.
I will show you the Las Vegas track as well before I stop, because that's just such a feat of development, how they've made that track just from photos and CAD designs and stuff. Very impressive.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
That was very Larry.
Right, we've got enough fuel for 3 more laps.
Better. Whew. These cars will just spit you out if you don't treat them with respect. Got Bottas in front of you, he's just locked up his tyres. Then I'm being held up now. I'll get him on the next bit. I'm going to try and brake as late into here as possible. Like that. And then get on the throttle early. Get the car straight. Foot down. See that traction? The advantage in traction that I get. And then... there we go. Oh, Sonoda's in the way. Will I get Sonoda? Will I get Sonoda? On the last lap.
Okay,
Yes, I will.
final lap of the race.
Nearly lost it as well on last lap. Just about kept it out of the wall. The tyres are gone. There's no grip left at all. No grip.
Okay, gap ahead is 1.9 seconds.
Sliding everywhere here. Have to be really careful with the throttle, just to manage the tyres as best as possible. Because I'm braking in a straight line and it's just not braking, I'll say you know. So we've done well to get within a second of 6th place. Might as well use it for my overtake, it's the last lap. Bit wide there, bit wide, but kept it out of the wall, main thing. And then we'll have another cutscene in a minute.
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
Please tell me Nathan's opened a window. No, Aaron, I haven't. I've got a towel. Got a towel. Because I'm committed. Absolutely committed. If I open the window, you've got all sorts of sound and, you know, imagine if a wasp came in during live stream. Imagine. That'd be just the worst. So, yeah. I think it was best just to leave the window closed, but obviously with the PC running and everything, and this is like a full workout. Like, my hands are genuinely like aching a little bit from all the. Obviously, this is a direct drive wheel, but.
Hey there, can you raise that lamp about 6 inches, right? Excellent. A butler should always look sharp.
Who do you think this is then?
At what point in the 22 season was it clear to you that the team was struggling?
Oh, right after the Hungarian GP. I may only be the money, but even to me it was obvious. The whole thing was a shambles.
Yet again, Connor Sports Jackson and Butler battling it out on track. It
So,
feels as if they-
Davidoff Butler is Devon's dad.
I need you to let him pass, please. Devon, do you copy? Listen to me, I need you to let Aiden pass now.
Butler just completely blanking the order there. Seems like he didn't even acknowledge it.
Too true, but as you can see, no way through for Jackson. No way at all. This Connor Sport rivalry is getting heated on the track here in Hungary.
Overtake Butler before lap 14. The Hungarian Grand Prix as well, as you're about to see, it's very difficult to overtake. There's pretty much one overtaking spot, which is the straight. So, on the face of it, difficult challenge. Let's see how long it takes us to do it. Messy couple of corners there, but just warming up. Just warming up. Just warming up. Nice. Let's go wide to cut back in, and that'll give me more traction. Better high speed going into this section. And I'm right on his tail. But there's very little overtaking spots here, as you can see. It all closes up. We've got a little chicane here, where you need to brake heavily into there. Oh, nearly went to the back of him. Then you flick it in here. I might get him into here actually. Get him into this, Ben. Yeah, there you go. Done. Nicely done. Nice. So that's basically a little bit of breaking point. Open window equals hard mode. Well, yeah, that's a little bit of breaking point. Just to give you a teaser of what's in store for that narrative-driven story mode. I've played it all the way through, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. It's very much worth doing. It's not as difficult as I want it to be from a pure sim racing point of view, but it's enjoyable nonetheless. And there's some twists and turns. You can play as different characters, and yeah, it's really impressive. But what is also impressive is the Las Vegas Street Circuit, which, as we touched on in our interview with Lee Mather on the YouTube channel, the Las Vegas Street Circuit has not been put together yet. Obviously, Las Vegas exists as a place, right? But the track itself, they've never put out the track. The track has just been designed. It's not actually done yet. So they've got to put barriers up. They've got to put grandstands up. They've got to put the track in certain places and put like boards in certain places. They've never done that, and yet it is in the F1 23 game, which is seriously impressive. Let's go as Red Bull because we haven't been as Red Bull yet. So, and not only is the track accurate, but also the buildings. As you go past, you see like the landmarks of Vegas in there, which is really cool. And they've only been able to do that through CAD data, photos, and then just recreating how the track and the overall like how everything looks in the game. It's very impressive. So let's do a couple of laps before I finish the stream, just to show you how it looks. And again, I'm going to nick a setup from one of the esports guys, and we'll go from there. So this is the Las Vegas. Oh, why is it in the day? Let's do it in the night, because that is when the race will happen. I think it's not. Is it midnight? Let's just. I think it is at night. Pretty sure it is. So let's do it at night. Nick Lucas Blakely. Thank Lucas. So this is the Las Vegas Street Circuit. So there's a big straight on the back straight, and that's where all the main hotels are. So this is the coming up to the first corner. The last corner, sorry. So these grandstands don't exist. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get in there. So if you look around the track, you can see certain landmarks that you might recognise. And it looks great. Looks really good. Breaking a straight line. That's a bit late. You've got a fast right here. No braking through here. And then you've got a very fast left going into a hard braking point. You get on the throttle there. This is the main strip here. This is on the Las Vegas main strip. So you're going past all the major hotels, all the major landmarks. And it looks amazing. Really looks amazing. And it's going to be amazing to watch these F1 cars go all down the strip. Full throttle at 221 miles an hour. Be a sight to behold, that will. And that is not happening until November. So the first time that the actual F1 drivers will be able to race this track is on this game, which is an amazing achievement. Let's try and get a good lap in then. Just as I say that. I'm up on my time, so that's good. Oh, you have to brake super early for that one. I'm just going to cut the corner this time. Obviously, my lap won't count because that'll be much quicker than everyone else. But I'll know for next time. But anyone watching, I don't know if you've been to Vegas, if you can let me know how realistic it is in terms of the different casinos and stuff. I've never been, so you've got Winners, you've got the Plaza Nevada, you've got, is that the Bellagio on the right, I think I can see? You've got that Eiffel Tower hotel, casino, whatever it is. Just keep an eye on the actual track. Need to brake in a minute. There you go, down to 5th gear. Nicely done. So, I mean, well done to Codemasters for getting this in the game. Great achievement. I don't think anyone would have begrudged them if they had to put it in as like a DLC or something, but they've managed to put it in to the full game on release, which is really impressive. Let's go for a fast lap, shall we? I'm up. Brake a bit later than the line says. Always a good tactic. Now this is the one where you need to brake earlier than you think, because you want to get the nose in like that. And then you want to get on the throttle pretty early for the main straight. There we go. And then you just pin it. Absolutely pin it. Absolutely pin it. And then you're on the strip. Oh no, have you got a braking point? No, you've got a braking point before the strip. Now it's the strip. Now you pin it. And now this is just full throttle. Absolutely full throttle. This is 215, 220 miles an hour. Absolutely maxed out, and you've got a heavy braking point where it's 3rd gear, sorry, down 5 gears. Where I took a bit more risk than the last time. This is going to be a 132. Give it a couple more laps. 132.7. And get out to drive. Going to 4th. Nice. Nice, right, let's brake a little bit early into this one. Nice, that's really nice. And I'm up on my time. And then we've got another bend, we've got a left and a right, right and a left, sorry. And then this is where you need the exit for the straight, which I didn't have. I'm down a little bit. It's going to hurt me the whole way up the strip. Still up on my time, so we'll keep it in, but heavy braking point. Tried a bit more risk through there. Didn't need to. Didn't need to. But just let me know what you think of the track if you in the comments. I'll read the comments in a bit. One more lap. Let's do one more lap. Let's go. Let's send it. Ready? Oh, that's really nice. Right, so keep it pinned, keep it pinned. Keep it pinned now. Can you keep it pinned now? Just about. Whoa! No. Lose the back end. You keep it pinned there, you'll lose the back end. So, yeah. That is F1 at 23. It is very hot, but I've had a great time. I've had a really great time. F1 23. If you're a sim racer, there's something for you to enjoy because there's the time trial, there's the multiplayer, there's the league racing that you can play with your mates, and you can turn all the assists off, and you can have a true like simulated experience. But also for people who've never played F1 games, there's the breaking point mode, which sort of introduces you to this narrative-driven mode, and there's challenges that you can do. You can do your own multiplayer, your own Grand Prix. You can put the AI level right down, so you can adjust it to your skill level. And then you can like build up, your experience. You can build up different modes and things, and get into the. And if you're really enjoying it, that's when you can start getting into a bit more serious equipment, maybe, or go from a controller to a wheel. And yeah, that's where you go from there. So I hope you've all enjoyed F1 23 as much as I have and do, because I'll be playing it moving forwards. I've been playing it moving forwards, not only on time trial and my team and things, but also online as well. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed F1 23. I think we're going to be doing another stream this week for another new game that's coming out. I'm not sure if I can tell you or not, so I'm not going to be, but it's a very iconic franchise, and we're going to be getting one of our team to play it before it's released, hopefully, which is the plan. So make sure you subscribe to the channel and like the video if you enjoyed our content. But other than that, we'll see you next time on the Mirror Gaming channel. I've been Nathan Bliss. I hope you've enjoyed the stream, and yeah, that's F1 23. If you've got any questions, leave them below for me in the comments. I'll read them and I can reply to certain bits. But yeah, that is F1 23. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you